Hello, and welcome to Horror Monster Collectibles, where today we're going to be taking a look at this Distinctive Dummies Big Ben from the movie House. Now this is my first Distinctive Dummies figure. I'm excited to take a look at it, so let's go ahead and spin around and take a closer look. Alright, so here is Big Ben out of the packaging. Now one thing I do like about this packaging is that it's resealable. So the way he has it set up is it just kind of clamps in place. That way if you want to take the figure out, it's super easy to do so. And then to reseal it. So I really like that. Now, let's take a look at Big Ben here. And right away, you notice the face sculpt, obviously, and it looks really well done. Like the paint app in there. Now these are just homemade action figures, but he's been doing them for a while, and there are a lot of collectors out here that just are obsessed with Distinctive dummy figures, and they have a whole bunch of stuff especially in like a horror line. They like it, and there's just tons and tons of figures, and they do like lots of obscure movies too. And I'm glad that they did a Big Ben. This has been out for a little while, but I decided to pick one up because I got a good deal on eBay on him. And I freaking love this movie when I was a kid, and I still love House 1 and House 2. But it's so cool to get an action figure from him. Maybe in the future we'll get something from NECA, but this will do for now. Let's go ahead and take a look at articulation, which there isn't much on the neck. It does twist, and that's about it. We have no pivot. Let's look at the chest, which is sculpted well and painted well. And this is just sculpted over an action figure body. Just a blank body. But it gets the job done. We can see in here how we have the standard action figure arms. So just a basic figure underneath. We do have 90 degrees of shoulder movement and full rotation. And we do have a single jointed elbow, but it allows for a little bit more than 90 degrees of articulation, and we have a swivel in the elbow as well. The forearm and hand are all one piece. They're sculpted. Let me take a look at this one too. Nothing crazy or spectacular here, but it's just a cool handmade figure. I'm gonna look at the jacket, which is well torn up. It would have been cool to add some weathering to the jacket. I feel like it needs a little bit of weathering. But overall, one glance at this and you know it's Big Ben. Now the waist, it does have swivel. There is a ball joint on there, but unfortunately you are limited up front because of the chest molding. There's no forward ab movement. Take a look at the belt. And then on the hips, we do have standard action figure hip movement. Go down to the knees. And you do have 90 degrees of articulation. Let's look at the sculpt here, because I really like the way the lower leg is sculpted. His boot and his toes showing through. Let's take a look at the other one. Now he did 60 of these, so this is one of 60. And again, like I like this joint is loose though. I don't like that so much. But I feel like it could be built out of a better body. The body blank is pretty cheap. It would be nice to have some double jointed knees and elbows for articulation, and then some pivot, just some movement here with the head. Would be nice to be able to look up or down. Even just a little bit would be helpful in posing. Overall, I think he's very well done. Let's go ahead and set him aside. And he does stand very well, so I do like that. Now they went and made a rifle for him. I'm kind of curious as why they made this and they just didn't get like a NECA gun to be able to use as a fill-in. But this is custom made, so he spent the time to do it. I imagine there had to be a reason for that, especially if you're just doing a run of 60. I feel like you could probably just look on eBay for some action figure stuff and get some. But it does look the part. Now the curious thing is to see how well it fits in the hand. They do give a notice to heat the hand up for proper fitment, so I'm going to do that. Alright, so just a quick heating up and the gun fit into the hand nicely. It does hold it well. The only disappointment here is there's no way of really palming the front of the gun. We're lacking a wrist movement here to be able to turn this, to be able to palm the rifle. I'll say a rifle, machine gun. But you can kind of fake it like that, which he still looks cool. Alright guys, so that's about all there is to go over on this Distinctive Dummies Big Ben action figure, and I think he's super cool. I freaking love him. I love that there's companies out there like Distinctive Dummies that are giving us these more obscure character action figures. NECA's kind of been stepping up to the plate as of late with figures from the Fog and things like that, but I really love these handcrafted items, these limited runs. Again, there were 60 made of these, and he does typically, I think, runs of about 50 or 60 on pieces, and he's got a whole bunch of stuff out there. Again, there's a whole fan base for these these Distinctive Dummy figures, and this is my first one, but I plan on getting more just based off of the quality of this one. Yeah, it's limited on articulation, but it is more of an art toy. It's not meant to be played with a whole lot. I feel like though, just a little bit more articulation, especially some wrist swivel, would be super cool as far as posability and him being able to hold the gun better. But that can be forgiven just because I understand it's a handmade item, and he just looks so freaking cool though. As always, feel free to leave any questions or comments. On this one, I'd really like to know what you guys think of the figure, but also if you guys are huge fans of the movie House like I am. I love House 1 and House 2. House 3, not so much, but the first two I'll hold a special place in my heart, and I just freaking love them. I still revisit them and they hold up well for me to this day. The practical effects on there are just insane, and I just love the way that they were done. I love the atmosphere and I love the comedy, and I just think that they are just great time period movies that still hold up to this day, which is very impressive, especially with so much that was released in the 80s. House is a standout to me. So I would love to know your thoughts on the movie and the figure too. And as always, feel free to like and subscribe and click the bell for notifications for new videos. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.